Hi there. Welcome to another edition of On the Tourism Trail. I'm your host, Pamela Martin, and today we're at the lovely Awali Beach Resort, and I have a special guest with me today. In fact, I have three guests with me today, and we're going to be talking about the Nevis Marathon and Running Festival that will be coming up very shortly. And I'm going to allow my guest to introduce himself.
Yeah, well, thank you, Pam. I'm Phillip, and I'm the race director, among other things, for the Nevis Marathon and Running Festival.
It's good to have you on the trail again, Greg.
Well, thank you, Pam. It's good to be back.
Okay, so talk to us about the running festival. How did it start? What part do you play?
Wow. Well, the Nevis Marathon and Running Festival really started out as just the Nevis Half Marathon. That was back in 2011. So this year we're actually in our 13th year, and it started out with basically Winston Cook originated it, and over the years, we've kept it going. So we're, as I mentioned, in our 13th year now, and it's really become something that we have permanently on the calendar of sporting events here on the island of Nevis. And we use it, of course, as something. It's about fitness, it's also about sport tourism, and it's also about getting the local people who are sports oriented to come out and to be a bit active and get involved in a great event.
Okay, so when will it take place?
Well, this year it's in September, and we always have it on the first Saturday of September. So it is on September 2nd this year, and it starts at 5 a.m.
Okay.
Yes.
And so tell us a little bit about the event itself. I believe it's divided into different distances. So talk to us a little bit
Yes.
about the distances.
Exactly. It is a running festival, and the reason we call it a running festival is because there's so many different distances, and we cover basically all the official, if you will, distance running events. So we go from 5K, 10K, half marathon, and the full marathon.
Okay. And so exactly what part do you play in terms of the festival itself?
Well, in terms of the festival itself, I'm really the race director. I said among other things earlier because if you think about getting sponsorship together,
Okay.
if you think about coordinating everything before, during, and after the race, yes, it's covering all those things. So yeah, it's a bit of heavy lifting at times, but all the details, all the sinews, if you will, of everything that it takes to put on a festival of this type, a running event of this type, where everything is happening on the same day. Yeah, it's a lot.
Okay.
So that's what I...
Okay, so Greg, you've been involved with lots of different sporting activities on the
Yes.
island of Nevis, and you still continue many, many years later. What keeps you motivated? What keeps you passionate about sports tourism?
It's just that. It is tourism, and all the things that I've done over the years related to tourism, I have to say that that's where it originated. It's about, yes, the love of sport. We started out with cycling, and we went into the triathlons, and we were into the marathon. But it is, yes, the love of sport, but at the end of the day, superseding all that, it's really a love for St. Kitts and Nevis and for what we can do in St. Kitts and Nevis. And incidentally, this year I've really been thinking a lot about the fact that this year, 2023, marks a full 20 years since Kim Collins actually won the World Championship. And
Wow.
it somewhat saddens me that no one is mentioning that, is talking about that. I think that it's something that is worth celebrating this year. It's something that we should all be thinking about because of the simple fact that Kim Collins did that, and many people perhaps do not realize what that did for St. Kitts and Nevis.
Help to put us a little bit
Precisely,
on the map.
especially from a tourism point of view.
Right.
And so that being the case, one of the things that this year I think that it's important for us to even mention and commemorate when we talk about the Nevis Marathon Running Festival is that, and then that special victory, if you will. And it wasn't just a victory for Kim Collins; it was a victory for St. Kitts and Nevis. And I think that even that is important. We have to be. You talk about passion. If we're passionate about our country, we should be passionate about celebrating those types of things.
Right. Great victory.
Yeah, great victory, great milestones, and this year has to be considered one of them, that it's significant. So yeah, we're talking about running. Kim Collins don't run marathons and 5Ks competitively. He won in the 100 meters, and yes,
Right.
even though this is not that type of race, it's a sport tourism event, and yes, in some way, shape, or form, we should dedicate what we're doing this year to that feat that Kim Collins himself pulled off.
That's a great, beautiful gesture, Greg.
Yes, it's important.
Yes.
Yes.
And so working along with Greg, we are now welcoming James Weeks, who is the course director. Welcome to On the Tourism Trail, James.
Hello, and I'm glad to be here.
Great to have you.
It feels nice to be here.
Excellent. So you're the course director. What exactly does that mean? What do you do? What does it entail?
Well, Pam, what it means is that I basically design the course, map the course, explain the course, and make sure that the course is well marked so that everybody could understand where they're going, how far they're going, where do they turn, when do they turn, and basic things like that.
Okay. So talk to us about the terrain. Is it how difficult is it? Does it build? How do you go about mapping out a course?
Well, first you got to know what distance you are looking for. Then after you've decided, okay, we're doing a full marathon. Okay, a full marathon on Nevis means that you have to cover the entire island because we only have 19 miles to deal with. A marathon is more than that.
Right. So how does that
So
work?
therefore, what we do is we go around the island plus some
Okay.
and come back because we're going to start right here.
Start at Wally
We
Beach.
start at Owali. We're going to do one loop around the island, which
Yes.
is 19 miles.
Yes.
Then we're going to pass the start-finish line and continue, and then we're going to turn just after, well, it's going to be you pass the gas station. They can't miss
Which is
gas
in-
station,
in-
which
in
is in
camps. Okay.
You pass the gas station, and then you keep going for another kilometer or so,
Okay.
which is going to be highlighted and marked.
Okay.
You turn around,
And then come
and you come back,
right
and finish here.
right back at Owali.
Right.
And that makes it
26.2.
point. That's the official, the official
26.2
length,
miles.
26.2 miles.
Yes. So
Okay.
that would take care of the full marathon. Now the half marathon, we're basically going to overlap or go the same route.
Okay.
Just that we're not going around this time because it's half the distance. So we're going to go straight along from here, straight towards the airport. Going straight along, we're going to pass MUA, Medical University.
Uh-huh.
We're going to pass through Brickhill, we're going to pass through Butlers. So it's like a kind of scenic tour as you go along.
Nice.
And then you're going to reach to the St. James Raceway,
Yes.
where they do drag racing.
Racetrack. Mhm.
And that's where we turn. You're going to turn there and you're going to come
Head
backwards
back.
now
Okay.
and come back right here where you started.
Okay.
That would complete your half marathon,
And then
which
the-
is 13.1 miles.
Okay. And then the third.
The third one is the 10 kilometers. Same route again, except we are still not going around. We are doing about a half of what I just said about the half
Okay.
marathon,
Which will
which is going
take
to
us
be
to where?
6 miles.
Okay.
So we're going to go from here again. We're going to go towards the airport, past the airport, past the gas station again, and then the second corner after the gas station is where we turn and come back right here where we started.
Okay.
That will complete your 10K or your 6 mile for your 10K run.
Okay.
Then we have the 5K run, which is shorter, which most, those who are not too seasoned athletes could do the 5K.
That would be me.
So that will take you to the airport.
Okay. So to the airport.
To
and
the airport
back to
and
Owali.
back to Owali. It's
All
going to
right.
mark at the airport where you turn. So it's kind of like middle of the parking lot of the airport.
Okay.
And you turn and you come back right here. So everything starts here and finishes
And
here.
finishes here. Excellent. So along the way, on television, you normally see they have stations with water or, people. What's actually going to be along the race course way, per se?
Along the course, we're going to have water stations slash feed stations.
Feed.
Feed and water. So there'll be water, there'll be Gatorade, there'll be banana,
Okay,
things like
to
that. So
fuel
you
your
can-
body.
Yeah. The seasoned athletes would have their nutrition with them, I suppose.
Okay.
Right? You're going to have your little thing that works for you because what works for somebody else doesn't mean that it works for me.
Right.
So when I used to be in it like that, I would have to have my own fuel.
Okay.
Whatever it is that keeps me going, whether it's pretzels, banana. I had a friend that used to have little pieces, little square pieces of bread and peanut butter.
Okay.
That was his fuel.
Protein.
It works for him, right? Somebody else may have granola bars and those kind of things. But
Right.
the thing with granola bars, what I find, why it doesn't work for me, is that when you're tired, you can't bite that. It's hard.
Oh, so you need something that is soft.
You need something
and
chewy
easily
and
easily
something that you can swallow
digestible.
easy,
Ah,
and then
okay.
your body absorb it quickly.
Okay.
So
Makes sense.
apart from the popular belief, oh, granola bar is good for that, it is hard, it's crunchy, and it makes you work hard to
Yes.
get it chewed, and then you got to swallow it, and it immediately have to have some water. So it's almost like you got to be sitting at the table to eat a granola bar.
Okay. Okay.
So don't think that granola bar is going to work for you. I'm telling you, when you're tired, you're struggling for air, and then you still have to chew that hard thing.
Wow. That's a
You
good
decide.
good tip there, James.
But for me, and my experiences, no. There is a softer, more chewy one. Trail mix or something like so it's called.
Okay.
Right? It's soft and chewy, chocolatey kind of thing.
Okay.
That you can absorb easily.
So whatever works for the individual is what
Yeah,
you're
whatever
saying.
works
but,
for you.
But the tip is something that is easily to chew, easy to
Right.
digest, and
If-
goes down easily.
Even they have something that they call goo. It is like
Oh, I think I've heard
it's
of
like molten chocolate
Yeah.
in a little package. You tear it, you squeeze it, and boom, you swallow it. Because it's like I said, molten chocolate, or you can have
Okay.
it in banana, vanilla, whatever it is. It's readily digestible by your body. As soon as you take it in, because it's very close to liquid.
Okay.
Boom, you have it, you drink some water, flush it down, and you're
There
gone.
you go. So, okay, so talk to us about safety elements of the race. What
Okay.
elements for safety? Because
What
I'm
we're
sure
gonna
that,
have-
you know, it's very warm.
It is.
The
It is
temperature
warm.
is extremely high
So
right now.
I'm
so
gonna tell you. So the race is September
Second.
2nd. We are in first week in August.
Yes.
My advice to you, from a competitor point of view, you got to start your preparation now, right? You should be doing it already, but when I say start your preparation, I mean your nutrition, right? You got to start that like now. You got to make sure that every day, as of today, you are properly hydrated. Let me tell you something. If you're doing the race, and somewhere along the race you get thirsty, you are too late for your hydration.
Wow.
You can take it in, yes, hydrate yourself, yes, but it is too late for you. Every time you feel thirsty, it's your body crying out. You should not allow your body to cry out.
Wow. So we should never feel thirsty,
You
is
should
what
never
you're
feel
saying.
thirsty. Because drinking or refueling your body should happen periodically.
Right.
So
Right.
if you're running and you did not start the run with your reservoir full,
You're in
you're
trouble.
going to be in trouble.
Wow.
Because as soon as your body starts, hey, I need the water and I want it now, you're late. You could drink it, it's going to make you feel a little better, but it's going to keep coming. It's going to keep coming all the time.
Okay.
Because it's going to take
Because
a
you're
while for that
already
fluid,
depleted.
for your body to absorb that fluid and be able to use it. So once it's starving, you're late. You can try to play catch up, but you're already late. So you can do whatever makeshift you can. And again, mineral water alone is not enough for you. Because when you're running or cycling or whatever it is that you're doing, you're losing a lot more than just water. People think that, oh yeah, I'm sweating, so I'm losing water. It's a lot more than water that you're losing.
So what's the best liquid to consume while you're running then?
What you want, you need to replace your sodium.
So Gatorade, is that
The
the
thing
best?
is with Gatorade is that it doesn't work for everybody. Like I say, once you're a seasoned athlete, you will know what works for you.
Okay. So what?
Commonly, it's like, okay, yeah, let me get your Gatorade.
Yes.
Right? For
Yes.
me, I used to use Gatorade a little bit.
Right.
Just a little bit. But what I do with my Gatorade is that I modify it to suit me. Because just as it is, it's too much sugar.
Oh, I was gonna.
So what happens is that it gives you that high spike, and then as
And then
soon as it
crash.
takes you up, it brings you down. It has some sodium in it, yes, but you gotta be able to get your salts and sugar at the level that is comfortable for
Right.
you.
Right.
For me, it's too much on the sweet side. So I would take like a half a bottle of Gatorade and put a half bottle of water in it.
Okay. So you're diluting
That
it down.
works for me. Because what happens when you have the sweet is that you still crave for water.
Right. So it defeats the purpose.
It kind of defeats the purpose. You get some of this and some of that.
Right, but not adequate.
It's heavy on one side, so it still forces you that I need to get water still.
Okay.
So you need to like, well, I needed to like, modify it a little bit where it would be in a zone where my body could accept it and get the benefits from it.
Okay.
You can make your own. You can get your water, get some lemon or lime, squeeze it in there, and add the amount of sugar that works for you.
Okay.
That's basically what Gatorade is. And you don't have to spend $10 for it.
Thank you. Wonderful tip again. Okay, so talk about the prizes now. What are the prizes for, is it first, second, and third place? Different categories?
We have first, second, and third prizes. And what we did is we keeping it close to nature.
Okay.
So we have prizes that are made from local Nevis stone.
Okay, so we're talking about Marvin
Chapman.
Marvin
So
Chapman.
he'll make some nice trophies, some design
All right.
that you can take away a piece of Nevis.
Excellent.
If you're
Sounds
not from
wonderful.
here, you can take away a piece of Nevis with you. And they
Nice.
look nice, you know. He does a very good job
does, it's
in
excellent.
cutting these stones and not just walk on the side of the road and pick up a stone. They're special stones.
Yeah.
Certain color,
Yeah.
shape, weight, so on. So if you drop it, it's not going to just powder off and
And
disappear.
break into pieces.
It's
Okay.
a nice build of Nevis.
Okay. Okay, James, that's excellent. So looking forward to this running festival on the 2nd of September. All the best, and thank you for talking to us today.
Well, it was nice talking to you, Pam, and I hope by so doing that, people would come on out and do it,
Yeah.
experiment with it, shorter distances, experiment with it, and if you're not starting your preparation yet, start your preparation now,
Okay.
because on the day, it's too late. Thank you.
Thank you, James. And so joining us now as a part of the Nevis Marathon and Running Festival is Mrs. Govanie Manners Hendrickson, and she is the volunteer coordinator. Welcome, Govanie.
Hi, good morning. Welcome.
Good morning. Welcome to On the Tourism Trail.
Thank you. Very
Okay,
much.
so tell us what you do as part of the volunteer coordinator. What does your role entail?
All right. As volunteers coordinator, my role entails getting the volunteers, getting them ready, placing them at their stage, the different water stations on the route, having them there, just being there to assist the runners at any time.
Okay, so how do you prep them? What are some of the things that you would prep them with?
When we get our volunteers, we talk to them, we meet with them, of course, and we let them know well, this is expected of you, what is expected of you. We have a run through and we show them how they're supposed to hold the water cups, how they're supposed to distribute the water cups to the
Okay,
runners,
wow.
different things like that.
Okay.
Also, we place them at different stations. We normally place 2 volunteers per station right around the entire island. And those volunteers are responsible. One is responsible for checking the athletes or the runners when they pass to make sure that the amount that is supposed to go around or go to their different points are there.
When you say checking, what do you mean exactly?
We have, sometimes you may have, for instance, you may have 10 runners doing the full marathon.
Okay.
So you need to know who are the 10 runners doing
Okay.
the full marathon.
Literally checking them
So
off.
we are literally checking them to make sure that these 10 are the 10
Okay.
that went. Sometimes you may have one that's changed at the last minute.
Okay, so you have to make sure, keep records
keep a record to
of all
make
that.
sure
So
everything is
approximately
there.
how many volunteers do you have each year for the festival?
Sometimes we have, well, this year we're looking to have 20. Normally we have maybe 24, 22, but in the 20s,
In the 20s.
is a good number to have
Okay.
for the different water stations, because we need volunteers at the start of the race as timers and stuff like that. We need volunteers on the half marathon, the 10K run, all of those, so that we know exactly how much pass, when they pass, what time,
Okay.
and stuff like that.
So are you still looking for volunteers right
Yes,
now?
we are. We are looking for
Okay,
volunteers
excellent. So
right
if someone
now,
wants to
so
volunteer, who can they contact?
contact myself or Greg or
Your number?
even,
Number? Do you have a number?
yes, I do.
Okay.
664-4518.
So 664-4518.
They
If
can
they'd like to
send me a
volunteer to be a
message.
part of the running festival.
Yes.
Volunteers. Sorry, that's wonderful. So how many years have you been doing the volunteering?
Quite a while, a few years now.
Yeah?
Yes,
And you enjoy it?
Yes, it
Yes?
is. It's fun.
Talk to us about the people, some of the actual registrants, some of the runners. Locals, what ages, international?
We have had local runners, we have had international runners. I can't quite remember their names
Okay,
offhand,
yeah,
but we had children do the little shorter run. Most of the children do the shorter run.
Okay.
Some you would find they would run along and do the 10K and stuff like that.
Wow.
It's real nice.
Wow, excellent, excellent. Anything else you want to share with regards to the festival?
We
Just remind us of the
like-
date again and the location and start.
It's the first Saturday in September, and we are asking that the support is there from the local. We are asking that you come out, you support, you see the runners on the road running in the morning. We begin at 5 o'clock. That's Saturday morning. We ask you to just support, come out, you just give them a word of encouragement. Little encouragement goes a long way.
Okay, all right. That's great, Govanie. Thank you for joining us on the trail today.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome.
All right.
Okay, so that wraps it up. So again, we're looking forward to the Nevis Marathon and Running Festival on Saturday, September the 2nd, 5 a.m. from Awali Beach Hotel. You can volunteer and contact Govanie at
664-4518.
okay? Or just come along the course and give the runners some encouragement. Thank you for joining me on the tourism trail today.
But my island right here, right here, right here. We live in the Caribbean, nowhere, nowhere, nowhere. But my island right here, right here, right here. We live in the Caribbean. Check a wine if you love our country.
This program is sponsored by the Bank of Nevis Limited. Thank you, the Bank of Nevis.
Banking is now an essential part of our life. That's why the Bank of Nevis Limited is making life easier for all of our customers. As a bond customer, waiting in line is a thing of the past. Deposit checks or cash at any one of our Charlestown ATMs today. Short on funds? No problem. It's easy making withdrawals using your Bond Visa debit card. Experience how much easier life can be with just one swipe of your debit card. Whether it's online or in store, we've got you covered. Easy and delicious. Now that's a great combo. We fully understand that sometimes life can get hectic. Log on to Bond's online banking platform and with just a click, you can save the day by easily transferring funds from your savings to your checking account. Just like that. And your funds are transferred in real time. Perfect. With a single swipe of your debit card or a few clicks for online banking, the Bank of Nevis Limited will continue to improve the quality of your life so you can continue to live your best life. The Bank of Nevis Limited, improving the quality of life.